Why, hello there, I'm Professor Joel, and welcome to my review of the Scooby-Doo Encyclopedia. This was a request from Brunus Drumming Cover. He's got a really cool channel. I suggest you check it out as well. He does some drumming covers, and I thought it was a great idea. He said, hey, why don't you review this? And I'm like, yeah, I will. Before I get to my review, however, I just wanted to go over some channel changes in errata. The first change is that all my comments are now open on all previous and future videos going forward. This took me a year to work out. Last year I had a lot of drama with my channel where my videos were getting pulled for no reason. And then I found out the reason was that I had marked my videos not for kids. I always thought my Scooby-Doo reviews were meant for everyone, not specifically for kids, but the person who held the copyright had a different opinion, I guess. And it took me a year to work out with that person, to find that person, to find who I should talk to. I also talked to some lawyers. And yeah, we came to an agreement that I can now mark my videos not intended for children. And one of the prime reasons is that I have blood on my lab coat. These red spots signify blood, and blood is clearly not for children. So yeah, I am in the clear for there. I can have comments open finally. You can also hit the bell notification if that's your thing, and you'll get notifications of new videos. And new videos, they usually come out Saturday at 6 a.m. Most of you know this by now. A lot of you have commented that you appreciate my videos coming out on Saturday, and I work hard to make sure there's a new video every Saturday for you. I also want to thank everyone, too, for who's stuck around to watch my Scrappy reviews during my summer hiatus. As I mentioned before, I'm taking a summer break. I seem to be working just as hard, though, because I am working on the new Scooby-Doo comedy movies. I'm kind of taking my time with them. They're longer episodes, so they take more time. But I'm working my way through those, but I'm putting out a Scrappy-Doo video episode every week as well. And my subscription count hasn't gone down, and I'm grateful for that because I know there's a lot of Scrappy-Doo haters out there. And for those of you enjoying my Scrappy-Doo videos, thank you for watching them, liking them, etc., etc. Be sure to leave comments now because you can. As you know by now, if you've been watching them, I'm not the biggest fan of them, but it doesn't mean I hate them. Scrappy-Doo, without Scrappy-Doo, Scooby-Doo might not exist right now because Scrappy essentially saved the franchise in the 80s. And I just like spooky, and most of these are silly. But we're not reviewing Scrappy episodes here. Let's get on to the Scooby-Doo Encyclopedia. I just wanted to cover a quick thing before I get into my review for it. First thing is I had these books. I purchased these in 1999 off the internet. It's one of the first internet purchases I bought. These are Scooby Doo Character Reference Guides published by Hanna Barbera Productions. And I guess they were handed out to staff of Hanna Barbera at the time. I don't know if you could buy these in bookstores. I bought this from a cartoon dealer who sold animation cells. They bundled them up. It cost me $200 back 20 years ago, or I guess 22 years ago. And they came in a set, Scooby-Doo, Jetsons, Johnny Quest, and the Flintstones. I might cover these in the future if anyone's interested. If you are interested in me flipping through these, let me know. But basically, they're episode guides and character guides, not in full color, but pretty cool nonetheless. So there you get some episode guide fact sheets, and there's a lot of cool information in here. And this was pre kind of internet. The internet did kind of exist in 1995, but it was very archaic. It was very text-based. So when I got these in 1999, when I ran a Scooby-Doo website, these were just gold for me to get content up about Scooby-Doo on my website. So it was great stuff. Yeah, I'm showing you pages, but you can't really focus on them. But if anyone is interested in seeing these in the future, let me know. And maybe I'll do a little review of them. But yeah, it also came with a Jetsons one. And I'm watching that Blu-ray right now. And I had never watched the Jetsons before. Well, I kind of did, but not from episode 1 to whatever. And I'm loving it. It came out in 1963, but the humor is just as good now as it was back then. And yeah, you got a Johnny Quest one, and I got the Johnny Quest Blu-ray, and I watched it, and I'll do a review on the Johnny Quest Blu-ray. Johnny Quest is amazing. So yeah, if you don't know who Johnny Quest is, wait for my review or check out some old school Johnny Quest. I think you'll enjoy it. And yeah, it had a book on the Flintstones. On to my encyclopedia review. So if you bought the DVD or the Blu-ray set, not the DVD, but the Blu-ray set, it came with a miniature version of the encyclopedia. And this is just a teaser. This is just a teaser. This is only like 14 pages or so. And the full book has more than 200 pages. So Basically, this just goes up to the friends of Scooby-Doo, and you get some scary Scooby-Doo facts on all the characters and whatnot, right? You get Fred Jones, they tell his age, his height, and all that stuff. Not much in here. So it might kind of not persuade you to buy the encyclopedia, but there are some cool villain pictures in here too, and some facts, and also spoilers. Some of the images I'm going to show you are going to spoil episodes because they show who the villains are. So if you don't want to be spoiled, don't watch my review. Yeah, so I'm going to cut to some images from the encyclopedia. I'm not going to show everything because my goal is for you to purchase this rather than kind of see everything that's inside, but I'm going to show about 20 pages or so and just do a little bit of a commentary on it. So yeah, let's cut to the chase. So we'll start off with the table of contents, and you get a nice little introduction, some character information on the main characters, family, friends, aliens and bots, beasts and monsters, crooks and criminals, demons and ghosts, skeletons and mummies, witches and wizards, and vampires and zombies. And here's the introduction, and you get some nice little screenshots from the TV show. And I also want to mention too that this encyclopedia only covers from the 1969 Scooby-Doo Where Are You? Up until the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo. So there's nothing past that. There will be no pup named Scooby-Doo, Get a Clue Scooby-Doo, Mystery Inc., Guess Who and Scooby-Doo. All of that is not in here. It's the core original series. So here you can see the character guide for Scooby-Doo. Nothing too surprising here, but cool nonetheless. And here's one for Daphne and Shaggy. I like that they get full spreads. It's always cool to see this stuff. Skipping ahead to the family of Scooby-Doo, you can see a nice little breakdown of Scooby-Doo's family. You got Scrappy-Doo, Scooby-Dum, Yabba-Doo and Dusty, and Scooby-Dee. It doesn't have all the family in here, but it includes a nice family tree, which is always fun to look at. And then we get some friends of Scooby-Doo, and here we can see Dynamite and Blue Falcon and Speed Buggy. There are a few more other friends in here, including Batman and Robin. Skipping ahead, here we begin with the aliens and bots. So I like this page a lot. Some of my favorite monsters are in here. You get the Future Monster, Moon Monster, and my favorite, Spooky Space Kook. I like that some of the larger-than-life monsters get a full-page spread. And also, if I didn't mention it before, there are spoilers in this review. As you can see, it reveals who the bad guy is. And also up top, you can kind of correspond which episode it refers to. So with Spooky Space Kook, you see 69014. That means it was episode 14 from the 1969 series. Jumping ahead a little more, you get more robots and aliens, in this case robots with Rawhide Red and Mars Robot and the Gunslinger, and you get the Snow Beast as well. And here's the first page of Beasts and Monsters. You get the Ape Man, Demon Shark, Devil Bear, Moat Monster, and Gator Ghoul. I kind of wish the Gator Ghoul or Demon Shark had a full page spread because I love those animations, but what can you do? On the second page, the Willowa and the Owlman, they get a nice full page spread. I like this image a lot. I think it's pretty cool. And you get some other giant monsters on the other side. As you can see, you get the giant vulture from Wednesday's missing episode. And I think this vulture looks a lot better than the vulture we got in that episode. And you get the shark men as well. Here's a nice full page spread of the snow ghost, and you get the ghost of Bigfoot as well, and the pterodactyl ghost. Pretty cool. This page is pretty cool because they kind of break it down into mythology. So you get some Minotaur monsters, and you get some Wolfman and Centaur monsters, and Bigfoot. A lot of monsters in this book, and one of my favorite designs is the Beast of Bottomless Lake. You also get the Tower Monster, Octopus Monster, and Kelp Monster. And here's the first page of Crooks and Criminals. So you get the Hooded Man, which is a classic villain from the Scooby-Doo movies, the new Scooby-Doo movies. You get Killer Crunch, which was from a Scrappy-Doo episode, and you get the Miner 49er. Miner 49er looks pretty cool here. I like that they kind of break down that his beard is fake and he's wearing stilts. And here's the last page of Crooks and Criminals. We get Mastermind, Coatfinger, and a few others, mostly from the Scrappy-Doo episodes that I'm currently reviewing, so some of these might be familiar if you've been watching my reviews. And here's the first page of Demons and Ghosts. I kind of wish they separated demons from ghosts, but I guess they kind of do. As this page, it's mostly demons or kind of fantasy items. I wouldn't actually call a leprechaun or an evil elf a demon, but what can you do? You're kind of broad, and where else do you put these guys, right? The 10,000 volt ghost. I cannot wait to review this episode. It'll be coming up. It probably won't be until next year, but I'm super excited to review this episode. I've been waiting to review this episode for some long time. And the classic Phantom Ghost and Captain Moody's Ghosts and the Magic Mansion Phantoms, all of these guys are really cool. And who can forget the Green Ghosts? My favorite. I'm showing too many ghosts, so I'm skipping ahead to Viking Villains, and here's a nice spread of all the Viking villains they had in Scooby-Doo so far, or at least up until the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo. And then here's another cool page. I like that we get a nice full spread of the ghost of Nettie Crab and the specter of Ebenezer Crab. And then you get some other ghosts, mostly from the Scrappy-Doo episodes. And here's the chest of demons and the 13 ghosts of Scooby-Doo. And of course, we only get 12 ghosts. We didn't get the 13 ghosts until the movie that came out a couple years ago. Now we're on to the first page of Skeletons and Mummies, and we get, of course, the classic Mummy of Anka, one of my favorite episodes. And you get some skeleton men, the neon phantom of the roller disco. I guess he's kind of considered a skeleton because he's in a bodysuit of some sort. Now we're on to witches, and we get the ghost of Merlin, and we get some Indian witch doctor. That is one of my favorite designs, one of my favorite villains. Not one of my favorite episodes though, and of course Mambo Wamba. That is a classic episode. And you get some more witches on this page. One of my favorite witches is the Ghost Witch of Old Salem. I love that episode. I love her look. She reminds me like she could be right out of the film Evil Dead 2. And finally onto vampires, you get Gramps the Vamp, one of my favorites. Probably one of my favorite episodes, if not my favorite episode. Hard to choose, right? With Scooby-Doo, there's so many good ones. You get Sylvester the Vampire, one of my favorite episodes from the Scrappy-Doo series so far. And here's some more zombies with the no-face zombie, Zombie Lila from the Mambo Wamba and the Voodoo Hoodoo, the classic zombie, and of course, Jeepers the Creeper. And finally, wrapping up the encyclopedia, there's a nice little index, and then some information about the author and the artist. Anyway, that wraps up my review of the Scooby-Doo Encyclopedia. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you haven't already, make sure you leave a comment below if you want any requests or you got anything you want to talk about, Scooby-Doo related or whatnot. And be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Give it a like, all that stuff. Tomorrow I will be reviewing a new Scrappy-Doo episode, so I will see you then. Until then, stay spooky.